Hello everyone, my name is Muir, and this is our first video for X4 Foundations. So this is a trading guide, and so if you are just starting the game, this is actually going to help you quite a bit. So trading is one of the easier ways to make a lot of money in X4, at least in the early game. After that you can do other things, but for the most part, what you want to do is you want to click on a trader. We have a Mercury Vanguard here. However, if you really want to, you can have whatever kind of trader you want. When you're just starting out, you might go with, say, a Callisto or a Courier. The Courier has more cargo space than the Callisto. So there's that. You can get a Callisto for free, you doing the Antigone? Doing one of the Argon quest lines, starting quest lines. I believe that quest line starts over here in Hatikva's Choice 1 with the Hatikva Trading League. Anyway, so we have our Mercury Vanguard. So what can we do? Well, this guy, he is going to be a silicon wafer seller. So what is that? Silicon wafer seller is someone whose entire job in life is to buy silicon wafers from a centralized location and then sell them for a profit. So we're going to call him Silicon Wafer Seller 5. We have a lot of silicon wafer sellers and buyers. And we're going to go here to behavior. Now, let's talk about how this all works, because the UI is incredibly confusing at first glance. So if you want to, you can click on one of these guys and hit information to do it that way, and then go to behavior. Or, because this game is sort of modeled after older games, you can press I for igloo. That'll bring up the information pane, probably over here, and then you just click on behavior. Now, we're going to be using repeat orders. That is specific here. You can't just mouse over it like that. You need to hit confirm. That will cancel all other orders this guy has assigned to him or her. Just keep that in mind. After that, we're going to go into the whole selling part. Now, you can have them go from point A to point B. So if we want to, we could find somebody who sells silicon wafers or whatever, and then someone else who buys them. So let's say somebody here makes silicon wafers. We could buy silicon wafers here, and then someone over here wants to purchase silicon wafers. So we would then sell those wafers here. So we could buy them here, and we could sell them here. And the process is pretty much the same. So let's go to our centralized trading station. Grand Exchange 1, by the way, with a rank 5 manager can reach all the major wharfs. All of these major ones. And you can become friends with these guys pretty easily. Okay, but we have Central Station here. Now there is something that you can do. You can right-click on this to do things, or you could go up to Property Owned and just right-click on it from here. We'll do it from here. This guy's entire job is to sell silicon wafers. So we're going to right-click. We're going to buy silicon wafers from Central Station. And we don't care what the price is because we don't actually pay anything to buy from ourselves. We are then going to sell those silicon wafers. Now, we will also just sell it right now so we get it on the books to sell those wafers to Central Station, but we're going to set the price that we want those silicon wafers to be sold at, which is 400 credits or above. We're now going to go to I again, and we're going to go over to behavior if we are not there already. We're going to go to sell, because his job is to sell. We're going to get rid of Central Station. We're going to hit add location, and we're just going to right click on systems. What that will do is that will make it so that they will trade with any... Oh yeah, that happens sometimes. For some reason. I don't know why that happens, but it happens. Click on him again. We'll go back to where we were, and let's go ahead and get back into it. I don't know why that happens. I think it's a bug in the game, because we're paused, so there's really no reason for it to happen. Okay, but we just added Grand Exchange 4, so let's add Grand Exchange 3. And It will only allow you to add ones where they would actually buy things. So we're right-clicking on Path of Profit, nothing is happening. What about 18 billion? There is somebody who uses silicon wafers in 18 billion. And this is how you can make a lot of money very quickly. Now, there is a reality where if you can be on the highway that goes all the way around, that you can make money more quickly, but your traders don't really care about that. So this is probably a bit better. They'll still go to the freeway, the highway, and then go to other places, but Central Station tends to be where I want to be. Now, what happens if you add the same one twice by accident? Well, not a problem. You can just hit the X there and get rid of it. So nothing here is set in stone, but this is how I am setting up my traders. You might decide to do it differently. If you decide, oh, and by the way, if you want to do station by station, they're the ones who show up in darker blue. So you can right-click specifically on a station and it will be there. It's just quicker and easier to do it this way. You can do it however you want, though. But this tends to speed things up. I also do the centralized area first. Simply, I already have 18 billion, don't I? I do. And memory of profit 9, I already have that as well, right? Yes. Okay, so add. And we're just going to go around, making sure we hit up everyone, and he will just select the best place, the highest price to, well, the highest profit overall to sell the silicon wafers to. Because we are friends with the HOP, we can work with these guys. But yeah, that is how you set it up. You can do this if you want. You can have them skip the whole going to a centralized location bit and instead just have them sell directly to other sectors. That is perfectly fine as well. It's actually a bit faster, but I like this more because it's more centralized. And really how you do that is you just go to buy and you do the exact same thing again. So instead you just have your traders going from buying something in TrueSight and maybe selling it in Bright Promise, or who knows, maybe the most profitable places in Holy Visions. They buy from TrueSight, take a skip over to Holy Vision, sell it, and you make your money faster. So what should you be selling? This is our setup. So we have about 5 buyers and sellers. We're probably going to increase the number of buyers to the number of sellers simply because we tend to run out of resources and our sellers are just sitting there. The other fact is that when you have a station, people can just come in and buy directly from you. What I recommend you do in this case, because you want your sellers selling stuff for a lot, is to go to Logical Overview and then just max out the selling price. Don't leave it on automatic pricing. Yeah. Yeah. So sell offer. Make sure you max that out all the time. Let them buy on automatic pricing, otherwise they'll just keep it maxed out. But always make sure that your sell offer is always as high as possible. That way, people will only buy directly from your station when they really, really need it. But other times, you might struggle to get things. So which of these is actually really worth it? Silicon wafers, refined metals, or graphene? Graphene, refined metals, and silicon wafers, all three will fill up and also sell out. That's just the nature of the beast. We might need to add we might need to have a few more buyers than sellers just to keep these from going to 0. But at the end of the day, it probably doesn't matter that much because we get the money anyway. Now, which of these is actually worth your time? So let's see, silicon wafer. Overall, this is 560,000. If we go to graphene, by the way, the search is by ship name, not by commodity, not by where. So graphene overall is 433. and refined metals is 290. So the how this is going for us right now is what gets us the most money is silicon wafers, followed by graphene, followed by refined metals. So why might you want to do trading the tier 1 resources instead of the tier 0, the raw resources, or helium, whatever? So why would you want to go and trade the tier 1s instead of the raw resources? Well, the raw resources, you need miners, and those miners work pretty well. You can set them to auto mine and they don't have any problems. The real issue is that they don't make a lot of money. So over here, when we were looking at the transaction log, we were seeing, fairly large increases. So this one sold for 120,000, and then the next buy offer when we bought from a different station was, say, 86. So we made about 40K here. And this happens relatively quickly, as their entire job is go from point A to point B, buy stuff, return, and then go from point B to point C, and then sell things. It's entire job. So we're simplifying our lives a little bit. But I recommend you go with silicon wafers as your first ware that you sell, because it's used in everything. Then graphene, that's used in pretty much everything. And then after that, refined metals. That's used in everything. But yeah, there we go. Hope that helps you guys. I will see you all later. Leave me any questions or comments in the comments below if you have any questions or comments. Like the video if you liked it, and I will see you later. Bye, everyone.